The MMORPG genre has been kind of, for all intents and purposes, kind of crap for the entire year, especially when it comes to new releases. There have been so few that players have been thirsty, hungry for something to satiate that appetite. There were a few releases this year, like Grand Saga, which shut down within like 3 months, Odin Valhalla Rising, which was a perfectly solid mobile MMO, but didn't really cut it as a PC MMO. Ship of Heroes actually just launched 28 days ago as a concurrency of 11 players, which is deserved if you saw the video I did on it, or if you were keeping up to date with how the developers or developer was treating the respective MMO community. Blade and Soul Heroes released 26 days ago to a peak of 3,000 people, and is now sitting at 188. This is really not looking good. The game is dead in, if I'm looking at the stats here, it dropped from 30,000. It plummeted down literally in days. And you know what? I kind of said that was going to happen. Blue Protocol Star Resonance released, and honestly, it is actually maintaining. It is doing surprisingly well. 100,000 player peak on Steam, or almost 95,000, and over a million players on mobile. So honestly, love or hate the game, it's still doing pretty good. We'll see exactly how it does, you know, a couple weeks from today. But what MMOs do we have left to look forward to, if any? Well, you know what? You probably read the title, which is why you clicked the video. We have 5 MMOs still to release this year before 2026 begins, and that is what I'm here to let you all in on, to kind of walk you through what the games are and when they are releasing. We're going to start this off here with Raven 2. I've actually done a dedicated video on this. This is a cross-platform MMO. Not all the games here are. Relax. This is releasing on October 22nd. This is a tab target MMO. It's actually, like, aesthetically, it is very, the character models look really good. The cutscenes and cinematics, like the intro, has a person that's like full frontal exposure running around. I don't know if y'all saw Far Cry 3, but like at the end, the bad ending where she mounts you and then stabs you, like it is visceral. It is very gruesome, very gory, very dark and messed up. The story itself, like the theme, is really genuinely very good. It's just the gameplay isn't. The gameplay is very much so auto path from location A to location B, talk to NPCs, kill 150 wolves. So unfortunately, that is Raven 2. And I know that's definitely going to apply to a lot of people, especially mobile players, and especially mobile players that played the original Raven game. I think the game is a perfectly, well, actually, I think the game is a pretty decent mobile MMO, but as a mobile MMO, I think as a PC MMO, it's really not good at all. But I mean, you can't compare a game like this specifically to PC MMOs because it's not. It's cross-platform, so you compare it to other cross-platform MMOs. People that are not interested in a cross-platform MMO, they're just going to skip it. Sword of Justice is the Justice Online MMORPG that people have been waiting years for, although it comes with a bit of a twist. The twist is admittedly the fact that it is now cross-platform compatible, where before it was not. I know that is definitely going to turn some people away because, like, I'm gonna be honest, it very much so is a mobile MMO first, PC MMO second, but not in the traditional sense. You don't have to go out and kill hundreds of monsters. It's not an auto-play, auto-grind MMO. I think if you look at the video I did that is titled something akin to the Sword of Justice MMO isn't what you think it is, you'll see that it's a very different kind of game. It is very story heavy. It is very emotionally driven. It has the most diverse dungeons. The style of the art presentation and everything for it just blew my mind. How interconnected everything is. The dungeons and raids and everything themselves are very complicated and challenging. While yes, I know this is a mobile MMO first and foremost, with PC crossplay functionality, it really doesn't feel like it. Its UI does. Admittedly, its UI does. Like, hear me out. The UI looks very mobile. But once you actually get to playing the game, you realize it isn't your, auto play trash MMO that you thought it was. Instead, it very much so requires a lot of manual play, and that really, I think, sold me on it. I don't think I'll play it long term. The game, again, launches November 7th, but it is a game that, if you're interested in wuxia MMOs, you're definitely going to want to give a try, because it definitely has hints of Age of Wushu nostalgia. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Aion 2 is officially launching on November 19th. Admittedly, there has been some back and forth over whether or not the game is going to be heavily pay to win. This is an NCSoft game. Like, bro, this is an NCSoft game. This is going to be the most obscenely pay-to-win MMO probably of the last several months. So, yes, this is going to be pay-to-win. But this game is probably the second most beautiful upcoming MMO releasing still this year. The character models look absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you saw the trailers for it. The combat actually looks pretty damn good. The world looks insane. The UI doesn't look horrible and mobile. I believe this is cross-platform compatible, but it definitely doesn't feel like it. This, as you can tell if you watch the footage with all the lag going on, the FPS issues that the game had, this is very much so a PC MMO that is also releasing onto mobile. Not a mobile MMO releasing onto PC. Not at all. This right here is probably the second highest quality game release of the year in terms of MMOs. And admittedly, it is only launching in Korea and Taiwan on November 19th, which means that you can technically play it. You can play it in Asia, much like we did Blade and Soul back in the day, much like we did the old Aion, much like we did Terra. I mean, we've been in the genre for many, many years. We've all done it. I honestly really look forward to playing it. It definitely doesn't feel like OG Aion, but I don't think it's going to do incredibly, but I think it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to play in the short term for like short periods of time. Architect Land of Exiles is an MMO releasing on October 22nd. This is a Korean MMO. It's developed by AquaTree. I've never heard of them before. It's being published by Dreamage. I've never heard of them either, which is great to hear because, I mean, it's better than hearing Nexon is developing it or publishing it, Gameforge is developing or publishing it, or really any other trashy developer or publisher is pushing the game out. This is an MMO that actually just kind of popped up on my radar very, very recently. Again, this is also cross-platform compatible, but it is definitely higher quality from what I've seen. Now, from the descriptions I've read online, there are going to be numerous different classes. There are going to be both PvP and PvPvE elements in the game. There's going to be realm versus realm. It's going to be a fully open world. There are going to be mounts. There are going to be flight devices that allow for you to explore the world in the air. There's going to be diverse areas with lots of different things to discover. There are going to be instance trials. There are going to be dungeons. There are going to be raids, large-scale events that spawn bosses for lots of players on the server to participate in. It is, again, like fully cross-platform compatible. It's launching into PC, Android, and iOS. This is also a South Korean MMO. It's launching in South Korea on the 22nd with a release globally for some point next year. But much like Aion 2, this is going to be a game that you can very easily play if you're interested. And the Korean language isn't really something that's going to inhibit you from playing or enjoying a game. And finally, Where Winds Meet. I think this is going to be the biggest MMO release of the year, and this isn't even necessarily like a full MMO because some people classify it as one, some people don't classify it as one. There are like MMO server variants that you can log into, that you can like open up to, that have tons of different players all actively playing and engaging in content together. You can have people come into your like instanced world area and attack you if you have like a bounty on your head. It has arguably the best action combat the genre has ever had. Perfect dodges, parries, counters, blocks, not an obscene amount of abilities to learn for your character. It has like romance options, an enormous open world. You're, admittedly typical, average, traditional, stereotypical wuxia flying through the air thing. Essentially, this is like Age of Wushu, but if Age of Wushu released in 2025. This game is going to do incredibly. This is, again, like the highest quality game of its kind releasing. This is my wife, MRSSSTIX's most anticipated upcoming MMO. It does release on November 14th, actually 7 days after Sword of Justice, which is wild because you're going to majorly compete with one another. because one is a massively multiplayer online game. The other is a multiplayer online game with massively multiplayer functionality, because you can do the story solo or with friends, or you can go onto an MMO world. This right here, this is the game. If any MMO is going to be good this year, if any MMO is going to succeed this year, this is the one. This one right here. I strongly urge you to, if you are looking at any of these games and wanting to try any of them at all, and you're not sure which one to go for, this is the one. This is the highest quality release of 2025. No shit. Absolute genuine honesty with you right now. But I mean, there's also some people that aren't really interested in Chinese MMOs, like wuxia MMOs or even action MMOs. So I guess in that instance, something more like Aion 2 or Sword of Justice. Or I guess if you don't like wuxia MMOs, freaking Architect Land of Exiles might be something more up your alley. But those are the 5 MMOs releasing in 2025 that are still to release in 2025. If you thought there wasn't anything coming, then you were wrong. Now, 2026, on the other hand, woo, I got another video coming for that, don't worry. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.